Eric has also joined. Eric Aaron. Wow, lots of people. So I'm seeing a lot of people who have joined, and I'm so happy. This time around, a lot of people have joined. It means this SI scholarship is very important to all of you. And it's very important to me too, because it's a life changing scholarship. So I'm putting all your messages on screen. It means that it's going to be fun. We can allow some of you to speak at certain points. So if you have not joined the Telegram group, you can join and then get the link from there. We don't want to make it public, but we can only allow one after the other. Thank you, Richard from Ghana. He says I'm looking great in my African way. There's Tracy from Nigeria, and there's Zawa. I'm putting all your messages on screen so you can see that I see you. I see you. Amiche TV. I'm really. I just want to encourage you all. It's a good chance. It's a good thing that you are trying. There's a power in trying. It's better to try than to just sit down and fold your arms and always hope that some manna will drop from the skies. So I'm really happy, and I see the resilience among Africans. I see the resilience among Africans and all developing countries. I see one from Pakistan. Zadia says Pakistan is fine. Okay, so we are going to start. I've been saying this for the past 20 minutes, but yeah, we are here now. Let's get them from the gate. Yes, we are going to get them. There's a security lock at our door, so they just sent a message that they are here. So my husband is going to get them. Darling, come. Hello. Come and say hi. Come. Let me say hi. Say hi.
Hi. Hi. Hi.
They have responded.
Hi.
You have all responded, right? This message is nice. All of you see. Okay.
Yeah.
Just a minute. Let me get them.
No, it's fine. You can come here.
So come outside. You're entering right into the studio. And it's my father. Yeah. Hey! They are here!
You can come in and just remove it and it's fine. Go that's right.
Hi, how are you? Welcome, guys.
Thank you. Hi, welcome. Hi, thank you. Yeah, you're running. I saw you guys walking. I saw you walking briskly. So I went there to open the door and I realized you guys were standing here. Yeah.
Hi, baby. Okay, what's Apaka saying? Wow, many questions. So you guys have a lot of questions to answer. So we'll tell you about the weather here. It's not easy. All of you want to come, we'll tell you about the weather you are coming to face here. Or you say that you don't mind, you still want the weather like that. What do you say? If I tell you that it's impossible, Louis, sit.
Here.
Yay! One more to go.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi.
We are here now at long last.
At long last.
Let's give you some minutes to give you some water to drink. Let me give you some water. We get them some water. So, Eric, do you want to join and speak something, or you want to be quiet now? Let me join you. Let me add you. Eric, Aaron, you have something to say now. He's mute.
Oh.
Okay, let me. And the aqua. Climate can't stop. Eric. and the aqua says climate can't stop a hustle. Okay. Do you agree? Please like the video and share it.
Yeah.
They were going through. They were running some marathon.
You have to run and rush, catch the bus.
And on Saturdays and Sundays, the bus times is very
long.
It's a wide
Interval.
So if you miss it, you have to wait for 30
Thank
minutes
you.
or 1 hour. So
Yeah.
that's why they are here. Otherwise, they would have been here on time. So keep that in mind if you are coming.
Bus schedules.
Yeah, no Ghana one time there.
Yeah.
Do you want some tea?
No, we're okay.
No, we're good.
Yeah.
For now, okay.
Yeah. You can start with your questions.
So maybe let's start with that introduction.
Okay.
So they are all
Mm-hmm.
from Ghana and SI scholarship recipients. Imagine you and your wife all getting a scholarship. Stress-free life.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, so let them introduce themselves first. Ladies first.
Yeah, ladies
Oh,
first.
okay. My name is Sarah.
Uh-huh.
Sarah Gordon Nkumsa.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm a master's student in University of Gothenburg, studying masters in knowledge-based entrepreneurship.
What's your voice?
It's a 2-year program. Yeah, so yeah, it's been interesting so far,
Yeah.
and that's about it.
Okay. Louis?
Yes, so I'm Louis, also a master's student from Chalmers University, and I'm studying infrastructure and environmental engineering. Also 2 years, basically. Yeah.
Wow.
And an SI scholar.
And can you imagine they're all in the same city?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So Your universities are just a walking distance.
Yes.
Mhm.
How smart! How smart!
Mhm.
And can you tell us your journey so far? Like when you heard about the SI scholarship,
Okay.
so you got it.
Okay. So basically, I'd say I heard about it first from a colleague of mine at work. That was in 2016, and I've been working on it since then. Basically, not like right now.
2016. That's the keyword.
Yeah, long time.
Okay.
Not applying though, but then as actually like checking the requirements and gathering what I needed. So the first thing I realized what I needed was experience. So I needed to get to that level, like a managerial position where I can use that position to apply for the scholarship. And yeah, for education, I already had my bachelor's, so I thought that was fine. So, but then I needed that experience to add, so I'm a person who doesn't like to be rejected. So, so I wanted to make sure it was a one-time goal. So I worked for a while, got everything I needed, and then I applied. Yeah, and I tried to make sure that everywhere I went to, I was at a leadership position, so that it would not be like a made-up story. It would be much more realistic when you're writing it. So that was the main aim, the main drive, just to
Wow.
get some free masters, not to pay for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's basically for me.
Nice. So from 2016, and you applied in
2022.
2022.
Basically 2021
One.
till 2022. Yeah.
Okay.
That's when I decided to apply. That's when I felt. In fact, the truth that I got drunk, I'd say I got lost in my job. It got to a point where I was enjoying it more than doing anything else. You know, because when you get to a certain position in a company, there are so many benefits. You feel like, well, what else do I want? But then I think with the COVID and everything, eventually I decided to better myself so I can go higher. Yeah.
And how did your wife come in?
Okay.
you
So-
just drank it.
He inspired me because
Okay.
I've been
I
telling her
wasn't
about
up
it.
for it, but
I've been telling her about it, and she was like, well, she doesn't want to do a master. She thinks she's okay. And I was like, nobody should be okay. You need to keep achieving more.
yeah.
So, yeah, she also started, like, whatever I was doing, getting into any type of position that is high enough. She also forced herself into such things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think and it's important, you know. So I was also very selective with the type of jobs I went for. I made sure it had to be with an international company. It had to be at the right position that I could use it. I could use. Yeah. So then I made sure she did the same. Wherever I relocated to,
I followed.
whatever job that she was going to look for, I tell her, no, this job is not good enough. You need to find one that is would be good enough for us to use in the future, not just any job.
Wow.
Yeah.
Imagine. You inspired your
Yeah.
wife.
Yeah.
Very
So when the time came to it, you could use it easily, and I could also use mine easily.
Yeah.
And that's just it.
Wow. But okay, so this is how he described it.
Yes.
So how do you describe it?
So for me, I like as you said, I wasn't up for it because I just wanted to be a wife, doing my own business. I was running my own business, and I was very comfortable because who wouldn't want to be their own boss?
Yeah.
And then he was like, oh, I think this is the time. He's been talking about it. I want to do my master's. I'm like, oh no, I don't want you to leave me alone. And while I am home, and you'll be traveling and doing your master's elsewhere. But when he brought it up, I wasn't up for it. And then later on, he was like, I think this is the best opportunity. You can start. You can do this. He pushed me. And he pushed me. And he pushed me. And I was encouraged. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, I think everything was at the right time.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's nice. Like you, both of you applied and both of you
Exactly.
got the
Mhm.
scholarship. That's like a miracle, a big miracle. But when you apply and you don't get a scholarship, and like you're coming with your spouse, your spouse also gets to go to school.
Yes.
Mhm.
But these ones, they all decided to apply and they all got a scholarship.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they have some, just from what Louis just talked
Mhm.
about, means that he's a very strategic
Yeah.
thinker.
Very much.
Very strategic
Mhm.
thinker. And we are going to learn from them. And then if you have questions, we'll ask them so that they'll give us their best
Mm.
tips from their own point of view.
Yeah.
So we are going to see if anyone wants to join and speak, but
Yeah, I think
there are
that's the
some, there are some questions, though. There are some questions here, but those who can join and speak. Maurice, do you want to join now?
I prefer it more organic. We can
Mm.
speak like regular questions.
Maurice is.
There's something. Yeah, let's go.
Sorry, I'm driving.
Okay, let me just wait.
Yeah, okay, so
And
he needs
we
to
have
get
some
something.
questions here
Okay.
that we can start answering. We got a lot of questions from our staff for our stars here. And one of the questions I have is from Love Chinma, and she's here. She has joined, and she's saying that can any of the recipients help review my documents?
Yeah,
Is it possible?
that's not too difficult, but you need to
Yeah.
come with something. You know, as in you need to understand, because it's kind of difficult when you are going through a document without the person understand what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
You know, most people would write to these European countries thinking they can just write about themselves. They don't want to know about you. They want to know what you have to offer.
Yeah.
So not I did this and I did that. That makes it difficult for me to correct things for you. It's time consuming. So you need to go do your own research, come with the right material, so the review is easier.
Okay. He's a strategic and a businessman, so he's not joking. And hey, this one is asking a question.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm a mom of 1 year old and
Hmm.
want to do my master's in arts, and I have to bring my son. Is it possible? For me, I say yes, it's
Yeah, it's
possible.
possible. Yeah.
Because I brought my child here to study, and Sweden is the
Free.
children are on top.
Yeah.
So they make sure that the children are taken good care of, whilst their parents also have a chance. And I have a video on that. You
Yeah.
can go and check.
How I watched all your videos.
See, all of you listen.
Yeah.
She has been watching all my videos
to get inspiration.
To
of
get
How
inspiration.
I'm going to live my life here and everything.
Yes.
So
So
I think the only thing she needs to do is to get the proof of funds.
proof of funds.
Yeah, to sustain your child. There's a requirement on the
Migrations. Yeah, migrations.
The website. You can just check how much it is.
Yeah.
But once you get here, you don't have to spend anything. All
Yeah.
those things are just
Yeah.
just requirements.
Yeah. So all you need is a proof of funds, and you can bring your children. You can bring your whole family. Just all you need to do is to prove that you have enough money to take care of them. And well, the review there we'll talk about it. And then the next question is from Precious. Can your references come from the same company, especially if you don't have any volunteer reference? And also, is there any scholar that applied with a volunteer reference?
Okay, so the question, 2 questions.
Mature your voice.
So she wants to know if they all.
Let me bring
she can apply from
the
the
laptop
same.
closer.
She wants to know if she can apply with from the same company. Now I need to know first what she's asking. Is it university admissions or SI scholarship?
SI. Everything.
SI.
All the questions say SI.
So not for university admissions.
No.
Okay. So I'd say it depends on what you are trying to write. Is it that you went to 2 different positions in the company that you're trying to split up? Or is it that it's just the same company and you just want to use it twice? Because there are only 2 sheets, basically. One to kind of like prove your work, and one for your leadership experience, where somebody's going to reference you. And the person just writes once. There's no opportunity to write twice. Anything that you can write twice will come in your CV. But there's only one person supposed to certify your sheet. And for that, you need to do like 2 people, right? So they want one from a company, one from a volunteering background, or from school if you don't have that. But it's a merit if you do it from a volunteering background, because that's what Sweden stands for. You need to have that heart, giving back to society,
sustainable development.
So it's a merit if you do it from there. And honestly, I think everybody who uses that gets the scholarship. Anything else, I've not heard from anyone else who used anything else and got the scholarship. It's mostly from volunteering experience.
So both of you had volunteering
Yeah,
we did.
references,
which we love. Yeah.
Yes.
That's a good point for you.
Like I said, you
And
need to
The person
plan
can
ahead of
start.
time.
Yeah, you can
You
plan
need
ahead
to.
of time.
It's not an overnight
it's
thing.
easy
You need to have it like years before that day, so you have all this ready.
Yeah. Okay, good. And James. Is James here? Okay. I'm presenting two work experiences, one as part and then the other as full for like a year and 3 months. My work experience gives me 3,000 hours, I but I just what signed my work experience
Hmm.
while I want my new full-time work since they have a work email and it's a reputable company to present work experience as well as my leadership and reference. What would be your advice?
Okay, so with a proof of work, you can let as many companies as possible sign different sheets to add up to what they want from you. So
Please
even
give
if you
a
have,
thumbs up
even
if
if you
you're
have
understanding.
3 companies that you work for 3 different companies, you can let all of them sign for all of that to add up to the 3,000 hours. It's not so it's not supposed to be from the same company.
Yeah.
You can get it from different companies, put it together, and then get your hours required. So that's just basically it. So, and if he's looking for a normal email address like at gmail.com or something, I mean, like, we can all think of that, like, obviously. If I could create a Gmail account
It
tomorrow
has to
and
be
use
authentic.
it. I could create a Gmail account tomorrow and use it. So why not just rather, at least there should be one of them that is more, has a more authentic email address. That holds more. That's like I said, you have to plan from afar. So you are selective with where you work. It's not like an overnight thing where you just decide to work for any company
In
and
this
say
scenario
you want
where
a
he
scholarship.
already wants to come.
Yeah.
You can just add them up.
You can add them up and give it a shot. But then it's also good when you plan from way back and select exactly where you want to work, what you want to do. So you can get to the day where you would use it.
But nowadays we have only 2 weeks.
Mhm.
We have only few days.
I think
you can
for
make
me,
it
I
work.
feel
I
it's,
think
it's easy when you let it go and prepare.
Yeah.
It's
if it's not enough, right?
yeah, because
If
it's more
it's
painful
not-
to be rejected than to.
But you never know. It's better to give it a try.
Well, we're all different people. Yeah, different people.
Some people do it strategically,
I know.
and some people also give it a shot,
Yeah.
no matter what they have,
Yeah.
and pray that some
Miracle.
will happen.
But if you know where you stand, you will not be so disappointed when
Yeah.
you don't go. You don't
Okay,
get through.
that's
Right?
also
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
Exactly. So,
You're aware of what you did.
Mm.
So if that answers the question, if not, he can ask a follow-up question.
yeah.
So if you are here, that was a question from James. So if James is here and you have a follow-up question, you can just type it here and then we'll answer you. And then there is gifts. Yeah, I saw gifts somewhere here. We're going to answer this question. Please, can a notary public sign on behalf of my previous employer if I relocated and do not have access to my employer?
This they say you can, but with everything, I think with the Swedish people, it's good to ask them. So you can always write to the Swedish Institute. Don't be afraid. I mean, like Ghanaians are always afraid of these things. You can send them a mail and make them aware of your situation, but you should do that way ahead of time and ask if it's okay to do so. But then, as per their policy, they say it's fine that a notary public or judicial service can approve your letter. Yeah, but I think the signature should come from the person. I'm not too sure about those dynamics because I didn't use that, so it's best you ask them directly.
Okay. And yeah, there is also, can someone I've worked with for just a year be a referee for me?
Yeah.
If it adds up to your total number of work experience, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's unanimous. Yes, very short and simple answer. Can any of this from Love? Can any of the recipients help me? Oh, okay, the same question. Yes, that is not a problem. If a referee does not have a work email, have I asked that already?
Yeah,
Well,
I think the
that's
same as the other guys.
okay. Okay. The same question.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we are done with these ones. Now let's go to. See, the questions are not many. I asked you to send me plenty questions.
Yeah.
So we are going to go to the questions here. Let's see. This question is off topic. Okay, will you give you the shots?
Can what? VTech.
In electrical
Okay.
electronics.
Yes, you
Ghana.
can. Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you
Nyamiche
can.
TV. Yes, you can.
Yeah.
That's your answer.
The requirement is a bachelor's. It doesn't matter whether it's a BH, because I have some Indians in my class who have a bachelor's in engineering, some have a bachelor's in technology. They're all
Yes.
there. So yes.
Yes. Yeah, some of the programs is interdisciplinary.
Yeah.
So they want everyone. They want many people with different.
They see it as a team. So they have
Yeah.
the class is a team. So it's more like a selective thing. Everybody has their own specialty they're bringing on board. In my class, we are from all sorts of backgrounds. Everyone is different. There's no two people who are same. Everyone has a specialty in something else.
Yeah.
So we're like a team. And
Yeah.
we do a lot of projects together.
I see that a lot with the master's courses here.
Yeah.
All the master's programs normally choose from.
Like they do an intentional selection.
Yeah. Just that sometimes they need all of you to have some minimum
basics.
requirements. But in general, they pick from different areas. Yeah. So we'll ask you questions on how the educational system is like here. But let's answer some few questions and we'll go back there. So stay tuned, all of you.
Yeah.
We'll ask them more questions. And if you have some personal questions about the practicalities here too, we can ask them. So stay tuned. We'll answer your questions today. And this is a question here. If it's till now, I still have in progress on my application status and application closes tomorrow with it. Oh no, don't worry about
Don't
it.
worry about that. Yeah.
Some of the big universities, like the Gothenburg University, Chalmers,
They'll not check it yet.
it will take time before they'll let you know whether you qualify or not. So don't worry. You have up to April before you get your final results. For that day, everybody will get their results.
I think we got ours just like 2 weeks before.
Yeah. So this is example from the horse's own mouth. They got theirs 2 weeks before.
Times.
Yeah.
He'll get his. I'll be wait for mine.
And you will not get all at the same time.
Yes.
It'll be done one by one. So today you could go check and one of them is qualified. Tomorrow you go, the next one is done. It will take like a month later, you go and check before another one is done.
Yeah.
Then the day of the admission, you will get your letter. And then if you don't get it, you get disqualified.
Yeah. So don't worry. Don't be comparing yourself with other people. Don't be alarmed by what people are saying. I got qualified for everything. Some people get qualified, but they will not even get admission. So don't worry about that. If so far as you choose all your programs and submit it by the deadline, that is tomorrow, you are fine. Just and you pay your application fee on time, like the 1st February. Then your admission, your programs will be checked and they are going to be reviewed. And then your responses, you get it latest by the deadline. That's April, I think 1st April or so forth. I'm not sure. So don't worry about that. And yeah, they say someone is saying that it's the second time applying. Praying for this year. I hope you heard Kennedy. I hope you heard the strategic approaches. You are selective about your jobs. You try and get to a leadership role in your company, and it helps you in a great deal. And you get into volunteer jobs. And then here is Emmanuel. That's the second letter of reference. Have to be in the area of interest or study, and does the reference or involvement need to be part of my experience in my application?
I don't really get what you're trying to say. Like, have to be in the area of interest and study.
Not
Not area of study.
Your experience.
Do not forget you're looking at the SDGs. That's your main focus. So that's what you should focus on. Mostly the SDGs, the UN Sustainability Goals. And so you focus on that and try to relate it to your studies when you write about your motivation. But when it comes to letter of reference, that has nothing to do with you, especially. It has to do with the person writing.
Yeah.
So you have to try and make the person write and understand what you want from the letter. That's very important. You don't just hand it over to them and go. No, you need to be in touch with them. Try to make them understand what Sweden is about and what they are trying to achieve from that reference letter. That's the most important part. But in terms of relating to study,
not like
not
the
really
program, but
direct,
they can talk
yeah.
about your soft skills.
the company can be about anything, but then when they are writing, they must identify what you contributed with your skills to their body. Like that makes it a difference.
Yeah.
But not really-
Emmanuel, I think Emmanuel is here. Emmanuel, are you here? Do you want to ask any follow-up question? You can do so, but that's the clear answer. It has nothing to do with your program. It's about your leadership skills and what you displayed at work. Yeah. Okay. Zawa, I think you asked this question already, or let's say, if my company does not have a work email, do I start
a chance?
personal?
Give it a try. That's all I can say. Give it a
But
try.
I think that
If
if
they have a stamp.
the stamp.
Yeah, the
But if
stamp
they
is supposed to be put there.
Yeah, stamp is important. Stamp is you cannot choose.
You
You have to put a stamp,
Mhm.
and stamp you can just buy it like yesterday
Exactly.
and work on it and stamp. So I think if they don't have a work email, you have to work on the quality of your application. All your documents should check.
Yeah.
If there's something not, and then their email to, they'll be like, this guy,
Yeah.
it's not serious.
Because I think the Google here is much more powerful than what we have in Ghana, honestly. Doing Google in Ghana or doing Google abroad, any other country I've been to, I see that Ghana's one is not that. When you type, you don't get the most important information you want. But if you're over here, if you type someone's name, everything shows.
Yeah.
Everything shows. So you will not be able to really think you can lie and get away with it. Maybe in Ghana, when you check, nobody sees anything.
Yeah.
But when they check from here, they see everything.
Yeah.
Just even with Google, how much more the other powerful softwares like.
Yeah, they have a database of a lot of things. They can actually call and verify. They can send them an email. They can get access to senior authorities for them to, because some time ago people were sending fake bank statements. But now when you send a fake bank statement, they'll reject. They'll catch you right now and then they'll reject. So they are getting more serious at checking. So be careful with the information you are sending. I'm sure some people get rejected because they are lying.
Yeah.
And they catch them.
And like they always say, I mean, like when you talk to, let's keep it like cool. When you talk to some of the SI people, the people who are going to check your documents, they say it's easy to tell a lie from the way the person is writing. So that's how they know. So like what Sable says, it's very easy to see a lie from the writing.
Tally, you must look.
Yeah, so it means that they're using some psychology to check, and maybe they're using some AI software to check whose story is in line. You know, if you have like if the story is matching, your CV is matching with what you are writing for your references. Maybe the references you have written something, and when you're writing the CV, you forget, and then you leave some things out. You know, most people, I don't know if I should relate it to some Africans. I don't want to relate it to anybody. There are some people who are not very careful. There are some people who are not careful. They say, oh, they won't see, just write something.
Yes.
And some people don't even know what to do. What they give it to somebody to write things for them.
That's also very dangerous.
So just be careful in what you are writing. Make sure you're telling the truth and the same story. Tell a good story and let it run through. Be consistent in all your documents, and if you lie, you yourself you forget, and then you'll catch you.
But what's the point in lying? Because when you get here, it's going to be hell. What's the point of letting someone do it for you? Because when you get here, you're going to do 5 times.
I'm telling you
that.
It's not funny when you get here.
Yeah, it's good to prepare yourself with this.
Yeah, you must have worked for everything.
Doing it yourself, then you understand what you're doing in school is not a big deal.
Yeah. it's worth it if you go through all the
Yeah.
stress and
Yeah, it's. I must say, it's very stressful for SI scholarship applications. All these documents, and after that, you have to go and fill some online.
Yes.
Before it's not like you just go and upload. You go and put them back
Online and then.
because they want to make their work easy for them. And it said confirm the SI scholarship process to not include an in-person interview.
No. They will not
But
interview you.
who said we interview? Did you read on the SI scholarship that there's going to be an interview?
But you might get your references might get phone calls or mails. That is a must.
Yeah.
That will happen.
Yeah.
So
your references
don't
may
just
be
reference
called,
anyone.
maybe called.
Make sure you reference someone you trust.
Exactly.
Let me see. There's some private messages here. And the 1,000 characters for the essay, is it with
Which 1,000
or
characters?
without?
On the portal.
On the portal. Ooh,
Is it on the portal or
I
where?
think it's there.
Is it
That's
the
the only place where
portal
there's a
or
count.
is the motivational letter, right?
Yeah.
It will tell
It
you
has-
when you get to 100.
Yeah, it'll tell
Yeah,
you.
you will know. You will know whether you have reached the
Yeah.
the number of characters that is required. This question is from Nkiru. Nkiru is here. Nkiru, do you want to say something? Should I add? Nkiru.
You don't need to turn on your camera. I think most of
Yeah,
the
if
time,
you
when we are
don't-
at work, that's what we do. You can just talk.
You can just talk if you want to. Okay, Nkiru is not ready to talk. He's even okay. He's ready now. Oh,
Singapore. Can you hear me?
let me see. Nkiru, do you want to say something?
Hello.
Yes. Hello.
Hi.
Good to
I was
hear.
asking. Same here. I wanted to ask her. The number of characters is 1,000.
Yeah.
When you try to use MS Word, it counts with or without characters. So I was wondering whether the number of characters was with spaces or without spaces. Sorry, I had to say.
You're talking about the motivation letter, right? On the portal.
Yes, the motivational for the yes, on the portal when you upload.
So the portal actually counts that for you.
Yeah.
It counts it for you.
But usually you have to write it.
You
in
can write it on Word.
before you upload.
It depends on your Word version. You can actually count words.
Yeah. You can count it, and I think it includes spaces.
Yeah, include spaces.
Include spaces.
So it depends on your Word
your
version.
dots, like all your characters,
Yeah.
every character.
So if you
Okay.
have a good Word version, you can check editor, and over there it will give you all the word character counts and everything.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Let's go.
Hey, hello to your baby. And let's see, Morris, are you here to talk again or no? Send me a message if you want to speak. There's another question here. Happy to learn more about SI scholarship and ask my. Okay, that's when you were waiting.
Oh.
My work. Okay, they said Eric Aram. I think he's here. Let me add him if you want to speak. Eric, do you want to ask your question?
That might work as well.
His work in the area of study is different.
Solely, academic education sector, and not related to my program of study.
That's fine.
Or that be a limitation to my chances of obtaining the scholarship?
That's fine. But then your volunteer, the reference needs to state what you contributed to the association.
Aaron, you have a chance to speak now, or we can answer your question anyway.
So the reference has to
I think
write
it's
in a
not
very
there.
good way, as in try to really describe what you contributed. That's the most important part. Most people just write he was good, he was bad, that's not what they're looking for. I mean, they see that every time. They want to know practically what you did. So you have to just explain the same to your referee, and then they would have to find a way to put it there. And when they are done, tell them to show it to you. If you're not comfortable with what they've written, you can always tell them, oh, can you try and change this a bit? It would be better for me. Because it's your letter.
or you can also give them a draft.
Yeah.
Write
for them to go
something.
through it.
Because they might be very busy, they
Yeah.
wouldn't have time, and they wouldn't even understand what you're saying.
Mhm.
So you write for them,
Yeah.
and then you let them go through it and edit it if there is something that they want to add or something they want to remove.
Yeah.
Then that would be better, because all the people you'll be writing to, they're busy. They have a lot on their table.
If
So-
you depend on them, they can toss you around.
A lot.
And they'll just
A
write
lot.
something that will just fail you.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind. Write to them. Write for them.
Mhm. Build
Write
good
for them,
relationship with them before you ask them for a favor.
Yeah. So if you have references whom you have not talked to for a long time,
Yeah.
you start talking to them now.
No.
Say hello.
Hello.
I just wanted to say hi.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that.
It's been a
Even
while.
if it's fake, do it.
Even if it's fake, exactly.
I hope it's
Buy them lunch. Motivate them.
if you're watching, that's not why I was in touch. But yeah,
Motivate
that's not
them.
why I was in touch.
Hey,
Honestly.
Maurice says she wants to speak. Oh, Maurice, do you want to speak?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm driving. I went for a function somewhere.
Hmm.
And I really want a guide. Presently I'm just at the sixth. I have applied to 4 universities. But presently, I'm not.
Anyway,
Yeah, so he has applied to 4 universities.
okay, then that's it.
I think your line is bad. You can always reach out again on
Mhm.
Instagram or Telegram, then we can talk. So start calling them, say Happy New Year. How is the family? I wanted to pass by to give you something.
Yeah.
Then you pass by.
You start giving gifts.
You have to start sending them some momo if you're in Ghana, because you need them.
Yeah.
Go and visit them at home.
Yeah.
Let's hope they're not listening.
You have to give
I
something to
see.
get something.
They know. They know. Of
Oh, they
course.
know, obviously. Yeah.
Ask Paul. Ask Paul, do you want to speak? Are you here? Ask Paul, are you here? Me, I can't see you.
I think he's down there.
Okay. Oh, that is James.
That's James.
James, is it the same? James, do you want to speak?
I think someone is.
Yeah, hello. Good evening from my side.
Yes, good
Okay.
evening. Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is it question and answer time yet?
Yes. Do you have a question? If you don't have a question, other people.
Okay. All right. Please, my question is number one. Concerning the SI scholarship.
Mhm.
Yesterday I watched a video by somebody, and the person said your direct manager cannot sign. Your direct manager cannot sign the SI form, and I wanted to find out if it is true. Two,
Oh no, you lost James. Oh James, what happened? Okay, we can answer, right?
Yeah, so then there are different letters. It's not all of them. With the reference one, I think it's supposed to be by your direct manager. But with the is it the one about the proof of work?
Calm down.
The proof of work has to be done by the HR also. Yeah. So there are 2 of them. It's not for all.
When he sees himself with the camera, it's
He
another
gets
story.
it. Yeah, so
Okay.
so there are 2 of them, not for all.
Yeah.
There's one for proof of work, which must be approved by your HR, and there's one for reference, which they need someone who you work with to approve.
Like a colleague or something.
A colleague. But then the dynamism is, if you're the one who owns the company, then they want you to be, is it referenced by your
staff?
Your staff. So then there's dynamism. It's not like a one size fits all. It depends on where you fit. So if you fit into a company owner, your staff must be your reference. If you work for a company, your boss must be your
Staff
reference.
or your client.
Or your client, yeah. Or your client.
Okay.
So your staff or your client.
Yeah.
And then but for the proof of work
That's
must
cool.
be done by your HR. Or somebody who's in authority.
Position, yeah.
Somebody who's in authority of your company, not really saying. But your direct boss is not somebody of authority. It must be like a director or HR
Aspa wants to speak again.
or someone.
Aspa, your device is not connected.
connected.
Your device is not connected.
Yeah. So
You should use a laptop if you can. Okay. Aspal wants to speak. Now let's go to the other comments.
yeah.
We finished this one, the second letter. Let's see this one. Oh, the same question. Answered already. Manuel has many questions, so I've answered this question too. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the questions we've not answered. Okay. I worked in an organization for 3 years and was granted study leave to study at the university. Can I include a study leave period in my work experience?
Good question, but that's not for us to answer. That's for your company to answer. They have to decide.
Yeah.
So your company will decide if they count it as working experience or not. That's how the dynamism of work is. That's not for SI or anybody else to decide. Your company will decide that. So when they assign, they can add it or they can exclude it.
I think it would be very hard to calculate those hours.
Yeah.
But some companies have different policies. Some companies will tell you, you go study and we'll still consider you as a staff.
Yeah.
That you are actively working. So it depends on the policy or your HR contract that you have with your company.
And they pay them for the
They pay
all
you for
the
some
study
months.
leave.
They pay you for some months, but not all.
Okay.
I know a couple of people are in that same situation. So your company will decide. Because some people
But you
also
have 3
build
years, so you already have the 3,000.
Yeah. Because some
So
people also
you're fine.
build in that work experience to get a promotion when they go back. So they've taken a study leave. Some are being paid, some are not being paid. Yeah. So it depends on your company.
He's very experienced in the corporate world.
Yes.
Some of us will be studying.
Wow.
Okay. Everything about SI. Okay. In general.
Somebody just mentioned that.
Let's see. I don't want to miss. Who said this? Safety first.
Safety
Okay.
first.
Hello. Okay, let me go back. My work and volunteer. I'll come back. Let me finish. I don't want to miss. Yeah. Okay, this is the one we answered. Okay.
5,000.
Within such period, I have been also appointed a head of division in a company. Should I fill in 2 different work experience forms or only one form? I think you can do 2.
You can do 2. That's actually, it all depends on you. If you want to consider both
Shamsi,
Because
Sadi.
what it is they are going to call your company. And if they ask, did he work here? And they say yes. And they ask, what were you? They're going to say, oh, he's our head of division. That's it. There's nothing else, which is the truth. So you decide if you want to split it or you want to put it together. That's up to you.
Shamsi, how are you? Which country are you from? The name doesn't sound African. Oh, yeah. Which country are you from? I'm curious. And Tracy. I've worked in an organization for 11 years. Oh my God. That's a lot. But in 2 different departments where I held different positions and different roles. Should I submit 2 work experience?
It's always the same thing.
Yeah.
It's up to your company and yourself to decide. You should agree on what you write and stick to it.
2 different departments.
If you think they both carry merits, you can split them. But if you think there's no point, then stick to the strongest one.
Yeah. Focus.
Provided you were in a leadership role.
Yeah, provided you're in a leadership role, it's fine.
Yeah.
And remember, for leadership roles only, any other role you have to exclude.
Even if you're an entrepreneur, that's also counts.
So you're trying to capture your position of leadership aspect. You cannot go right. I was assistant officer, and then you moved on to officer. All that is not really. That's how people get rejected without knowing. They're counting the leadership period.
So the leadership, yeah. So if you have leadership, you better put the leadership first and leave the ones that you were. Still getting there. Tracy, Tracy, you've done well. You have master's degree already, and you've worked for 11 years. Must have a lot of money. So yes, it says that those who have a lot of applicants already have masters.
Yeah, you should, because the thing is, people don't know, but in the accounting, it's like a score.
Yeah.
You should score more than somebody else. That's what you're trying to do.
Yeah, you have more experience.
Yeah.
So they want people who have more experience, leadership, because they're not giving you that scholarship so that you just finish and you just take it away.
No.
They want to benefit from you.
Exactly what I was going to say.
They want to benefit from you.
When
So
you're
the
in the
more
classroom.
leadership position you have, the more experience you have a high chance, because they know if you're employed, you are going to contribute back to the society. They need your money, they need your brain. So they are stealing from Africa. Oh my God.
It's true.
But if our leaders are not
Doing it, and somebody else is offering.
And you have
We'll
a lot
go.
to give out.
Yeah, we have a choice,
Yeah.
To contribute.
So if Europe is pulling me and my country is pulling me, and I just weigh the two, which one is good for my future?
Exactly.
Where can I, benefit more and contribute and become better?
So
And later when you become the better version of
that's
yourself,
one thing
you
I
can
keep
go back to
telling
your
people.
country.
Yeah.
And
you should try not to follow the norm of how things are done in Ghana, or you get stuck in Ghana.
Because a lot of
I mean,
people
that's
can
the
discourage
reality.
you and just
Yeah.
stay in Ghana, better here and blah blah. But then it depends on what you want to achieve. If you want to contribute very much to your country, you have to get a lot of things as well.
You have to gain like vast experience from all points of views.
Yes.
Some people, they're okay in Ghana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Others, you have to go out to go and gain something before you can be very beneficial to your country.
Yeah.
And that's not wrong. Some people, they won't survive outside. Others can do well outside and come back. I heard there was a guy who came to Sweden, and he was like, he started working, but he has to get up early in the morning, cold. So it was cold, and he was like, no, I've come, I won't go. In about 2 weeks, they called the guy and said, I've gone back home. I can't take this cold.
Yeah.
Wow.
The dark
Because a
mornings.
cold is not a joke.
The
So-
dark mornings are
Like
the worst parts, because
Some people can make it here.
when it's cold, the sleep is nice,
Oh my
and
God.
you have to wake
Yeah.
up.
You wake up, you still see darkness.
And it's dark. The right settings for more sleep.
It's not easy. It's not easy.
You get to class when it's dark, and you could leave class when it's dark. It's the Swedish way.
It can be very dark here anyway. So you can put all your achievements on your CV, no problem. No wahala.
The more, the better. It's like a score. And one thing they should watch all the webinars from the schools. It kind of gives you a lot of tips for you to understand who they are.
Yeah.
Because that's how I got to understand that even with the school selection process, they are doing a merit score system. So they're counting. This person has this amount of experience, or this number of experience. This person has this much school credits. Everything is a score. So the more, the better.
Say hi if you just joined, and tell me the country you're coming from. Yeah. So there's a question from Aaron. So it's a very good point. The SI Scholarship portal and the SI Scholarship websites, they have a lot of information that you have to read. Most people are asking questions that are already there. It's not going to help. If you really want to get a scholarship, and this is your approach is not going to help you. You don't have to base all your things based on what you are hearing. Go and read. They have webinars. You should always go and check. Even the Study in Sweden website, they have lots of information. And whenever there is a webinar, they post it. They have a YouTube. I've already put it on my channel. I have it at one of my featured channels. You have to, if you really want to come to Sweden, you don't have to leave any stone unturned.
We watch all of them, even from the bottom. We watch each and every single webinar. Even at work, when I'm at a meeting, I have my earpiece in my ear. I'm having a training session with people, and I'm listening to a webinar. So I'm very and I don't know if they could tell, but I answer very weird, like yeah. So you can do it, and then I'm like, okay.
Your mind was in Sweden already.
So you have to try and combine the two,
Make time.
because I did a lot of online work. I did a lot of travel. I would cancel a travel trip just to catch up with the webinar
Imagine.
because I knew I had to hear everything for myself, and each of them was helpful. There's this guy called Abilash. I think he's in Shamus. His webinars were very helpful.
Yeah, very
He was the one who gives the insight. Every single document you add is an advantage. So don't
So
leave
keep
any
adding,
out.
yeah.
Keep adding.
Yes.
Even if you have to write 15, all the 4 motivation letters, write it.
Yeah. Okay. My work and volunteer experience are solely in academic education sector and not related to the program of study. Will that be a limitation? No.
No.
So far, if you are already listening, you know that
Mhm.
it's not, because for SI they are looking at your leadership experience and your volunteer experience. That's the key thing.
And how you will use it after. So
Yeah.
you should have that at the back of your mind. That's what should be in the motivation.
Yeah.
What you will do after you are done with school. It shouldn't be. And one thing Abhilash said that always helps is don't think small, think big. Don't limit yourself. Think of the greatest things you can do and write it.
Yeah. Think of something that you know you can't do.
Motivation.
The biggest thing that you know, though, this is so big for me. That's what you should write.
But they don't only want to know that you've written that I can do it. In your writing, that in those 1,000 words, you have to describe how you do
How
it.
you do it.
So it's very small, but they want a lot of details in there. They want to know how you do it, what you will do, how you do it, and if it will be sustainable. So it must be, I can do it. How? This is how I'm going to do it. And it must be a sustainable idea. It shouldn't be just, I can walk from here to Circle. And then from there, what next? I don't know. It cannot be so. You have to make it a long-lasting idea. Something that will benefit everyone for years to come.
Okay. So Emmanuel is asking some follow-up. No, he said, okay, he said that he understands. Yay! Emmanuel says he understands. Understood. Let's see. And yes, Apaka.
Can we answer this question?
Granted study. Okay, the same thing we
The same
answered.
thing.
Yeah. So no more answering of this. Professional work for different short consultants.
Easy.
Oh.
Wow.
Yes.
Why can't you?
You can include it, but then the people who you consulted for must be your reference.
Yeah.
So that's where the tricky part is. You cannot just say I did it.
What you did.
If you want to use that one, you have to go to them for them to reference you.
Yeah.
So you just bear that in mind.
Okay.
So Christian, you got your answer. That's the tricky. Maybe.
Maybe you don't have a good relationship, so that's what I'm saying. It's tricky.
What? Okay. You're talking to Morris. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Safety first. Okay.
Yeah. Can church be
Classified as a volunteer work.
wow.
Religious. I remember they said something
Okay.
about religious.
Okay, that's quite tricky, but it's very direct. What is your church doing that you think contributes to the SDG?
Yeah.
That's how easy you can understand what you're including. If your church is not doing anything that contributes to an SDG, then I'm sorry, it will not count. But if your church is doing, let's say, charity, they are giving out stuff, and you can record those, or there's a good trace on the internet for that, then it's okay to add it. But if it's not really anything charitable and you add it, then it's like you're drowning your own self.
Yeah.
So, for example, if your church is giving some
It should be a one-time
food
thing.
to
Like
them,
It should be like an everyday.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
some food to some people, some
Yeah.
poor
That becomes
community,
zero hunger. So you
zero
can
hunger. You can
Yeah.
talk about
Yeah.
it. If they are giving free medical care, you can add it.
Mhm.
If they're also giving training and you are part of the leaders or the organizers, you can be part of it. If church was part, I think everybody here will
yeah.
easy.
Yeah, easy.
Because I think most people here are Christians going to church,
Exactly.
and there are also Muslims here,
Yeah.
so they'll just add it. So no,
So yeah,
you have to.
join the right church.
Yeah, all have to. Then we all stop and join churches that are doing these
Yeah.
voluntary work, and then we tell the pastor that please put me on the
Yeah,
board
on the board.
and let me lead. But I think it's a good tip if you are preparing to apply another time. Then you can start becoming and your pastor will be questioning why this guy is so serious. Why is this guy? This guy was not serious at first. Now he wants to do everything. Oh, he wants scholarship. Oh, that's why.
And you should also be sure that your pastor will sign for you at the end of the day. Because some people will tell you they won't do it. They are very straightforward. We are sorry, we will not do it. Yeah. Some people will also be willing to.
And people, they don't want you to go anywhere.
Yeah.
They want you to stay.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay, someone is helping Tracy as long as the master's is not from Swedish University. Okay. Yeah, it's true because if you already studied in Sweden,
Yes.
you can't have a scholarship again here. That's good. Thank you, Emmanuel. So people are also answering inside the comment section, so be reading. Okay, you're from Tanzania. Okay, that's nice. Your name is nice. And Aram, I have some leadership experience which was gained through during my undergraduate studies in church organizations. Should that experience be added?
Yeah.
It is.
Why your church has a
But you have to calculate it properly.
letterhead, you have a stamp.
There's a way to calculate those ones. So you just go to the portal once again, or the website, sorry.
Yeah.
And then you check how to calculate it properly. And then make sure that you get the right hours for that. And then, like you said, provided they have all those, not really a letterhead, provided they have a stamp and an official email address.
They have all the things,
But be selective. Don't just go work for anyone.
And then your experience should be in line with not with what
an
you're going to
SDG.
study, but with SDG. Because if it's only church related, then that would be maybe you're in charge of worship team. How do you really?
But that's not an SDG.
I know. But then I was like, I hope the experience will be channeled like in a different way, like help with organizing stuff.
That's more leadership or SDG.
And it shouldn't be like something that affects just the church. It should be for society. So if you think you're just writing it's about the church, I was helping the church. No, that's not beneficial to anyone.
Your team, I was in the choir.
No, it's not of no importance to anyone.
Things, so.
They want something that impacts. That's what they said. It must be big, impact society, like in a very big way. You know, the COVID was an advantage for people to do a lot of things. Like the people that I was with, they did a lot of things in the COVID time, which was a good advantage and became like on the media and things like that. So then make sure that you have people who are doing good stuff that are related to the SDG. Then you would be contributing to your own experiences on your SI application.
Somebody says, is the monthly stipend enough?
It depends on your lifestyle.
Yeah, your lifestyle.
For my lifestyle, is it enough? Not enough. So it depends on your lifestyle.
But because you are two, it makes it better.
Yeah.
I have some. Is it what we just read? Undergraduates. Esther, how are you? She's also very popular.
Oh.
Popular on my channel.
Yeah.
Is the monthly stipend enough
for a moderate?
It depends on your lifestyle, honestly.
It's enough.
Yeah, it's
enough for you said a moderate, right? Somebody who is
for a moderate. Oh yeah, it's enough.
Oh, yeah,
if you say it that way, then it's enough. For a moderate, yeah, of course. Yeah. You'll be fine.
Rebecca, do you want to say something? I want to hear a voice.
You can avoid maybe taking a
Rebecca
bus.
is here.
You can avoid taking a bus. You can live close to school, take a bicycle, walk. And then
it's good for exercise.
Yeah, good for exercise.
Most people ride bicycles. Your professor will be riding a bicycle.
Yeah.
So
it's a good thing.
There are bicycle lanes, so you don't have to be scared of your life.
And the cars will stop for you.
Yeah.
You have priority.
Here the car stop for you. That's the only way to get attention. As soon as you get on the road, everybody stops.
Yeah.
I used to do that when I was when I was angry at the migrations,
Really?
as soon as I'm about to cross the road, I said I intentionally walk slowly. They have no choice than to wait for me.
Oh.
And no honking like what you get in
Yeah,
Africa.
no honking.
They'll wait till
for
you're
you.
done. If you like can even stand, nothing will happen.
I used to punish the drivers. I walk slowly across the road. Anyway,
Yeah. So no dreaming big. I'm coming to buy a car. There's
I'll
nothing
do
like
that
that.
later.
You don't need
Have
it.
the money.
But you don't really need a car. in
Yeah.
Portugal.
Over
It's
here.
not
like,
required.
Yeah,
What is
yeah.
it?
if you have that, the transportation system,
It's
the
very
buses.
good.
So if you don't need to buy a car, you can manage without it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you need it when you have children,
Yeah.
or
You
you
want
need
to have fun.
to travel a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and you even traveling, you can still do with public transport.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I mean, the transportation system is very
Really
effective
reliable.
across Europe. You can connect anywhere easily.
Please
You
don't come and
just come with
disturb
a
my
lot of
video.
money, right? When you're coming, because settling down, you need a lot of money to settle down.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
the
You need to
biggest
save
thing.
money
You need to save enough money
before
to
you
come.
get here, because SI will not give you the money until you get here.
After you're settled,
And it will take
settled,
like how long?
the
It will take
stipend
like
can take
roughly
care of you.
a month.
Mm.
They'll not give you the money till you're here.
Yeah.
You'll get nothing. So
If you don't have your own money.
and if you're in Ghana, prepare money to go to Nigeria.
So prepare in ahead.
Yes.
Prepare money to go to
Go to
Nigeria,
Nigeria.
for a residence permit. Prepare money to fly here. Prepare money to stay in Nigeria for like 2 days, because
Yes.
the embassy is open on specific days and specific time slots.
Yeah.
So I think it's on Friday at that time,
Yeah.
because it changes. At that time it was on Friday between 10 to 12. That's it, and it's closed. So you have to plan to get there at that time.
Yeah.
And even if you live in Nigeria, you have to fly from Lagos to Abuja
Yeah.
at that time. So you have to have enough money.
Money.
And yeah, and they expect that. Obviously, you said you were working, so you should have the money.
Yeah.
So so you can't complain to say, why won't they give us the money? Where's the money? No, you won't get it until you get to Sweden. Then you go to your school and collect the card. So that your money will be in the
wants to
school.
join again.
Okay.
As per your device is
It's
still
not-
not connected,
it's not
or
connected.
a device is
You
still
can
not
change the
connected.
device.
Okay. So let's say ever found no, we are not working and studying at the same time. We are focused
No.
on
Time study.
That's not something I would advise in
It's
Sweden.
not something you can do.
Honestly, let's take it from me.
Yeah.
If that's your plan, drop it.
The education
Because-
system is flexible. That's
yes, you can work as long as you want. That's not what we are saying. But it's
very
literally
intensive.
impossible. Because Swedish education is not like the rest. It's not like what you experience anywhere
Let me
else.
see if my husband will come and answer this question.
Yeah.
It's not like what you experience anywhere else.
No, I can talk for you.
Yes. Yes.
The thing is if you are super smart. For example, if you are a programmer,
Yeah.
and then your course is also in programming, like you are doing the same, you're using the same environment, and you have the opportunity to work from home, and you don't have children or family around, and you are single. That's the caveat.
Yes.
You can, because the work involved in school is intense, and then at work too is intense. So if you are doing full-time work, and then you're also doing full-time, because they give you a lot of things to read. It's nothing like your experience in your country. You have to read a lot, and it's not any chew and pour or multiple questions. Multiple like you just choose A, B. Like in your it's a project work that you have to do with other people. You need to write essays. You need to write like your reports.
And you need to write on a reflection.
Reflection.
You write on a position all within 2 months. Reflection, opposition, project work, individual project, and exam. Sometimes more, sometimes less.
So we already giving the question I wanted to ask them. We already answered them. We wanted to tell you about the demand of studies here. It's very intense. You are supposed to write most of the time. You write a reflection after every course, and then you have to include all the references, all the papers that you've read. Sometimes over 50 that they've given you to read for a program. Maybe you are doing about 4 of them in a term. You have to write a reflection, and then you have to write like maybe you have to do a presentation, you have to be an opposition, you have to read their reflection, and also give them questions to answer, and then work on yours in addition. So it's not easy. It's not easy like that. You need a sharp brain to be able to do all that.
You need time.
You need to sleep well, get up, fresh mind to go to class. If you're working in the night, how are you going to concentrate in class? So most students perform poorly if they are working. Some people fail and they have to come back and write.
Especially in Chalmers, your lecture hours are very long. I mean, like, there are days when I have lectures from 8 to 5. It's not a story, it's real. Like,
it's real.
and even when you don't have lectures, you have group studies and you must attend. So when are you going to work? I don't know. Where's that going to come from?
Part-time job.
Unless it's a part-time job, then you can blend it with what you are studying. Yeah. But then and the group will call for meeting at any time. And if you're not present, they would report you. They'll report you without even a blink. It's because they put in so much effort and you're not putting in anything. Yeah, so you have to put in everything you have. And I mean, for a project work, sometimes they tell you not less than 5,000 words, 9,000 words. It's crazy. And it's not like what you get in Ghana where they'll say, okay, we're going to sit down together and do it. You sit down together, but everybody gets a chapter. Everybody has an assignment, a part of the project they are doing. That kind of thing. So then your specialty comes in. You have to put it forward. And if it's not good enough, you would feel it because the team will always be complaining. That we always have to go through your work again and make changes and make corrections. It looks bad on you. So you have to bring forth your best. That's very difficult.
And if you don't do well, the class will get to know. And the next time nobody would like to be in a team with you. So that's you have to think about.
But from the little I know, some of the Swedes still work. But then they do like maybe in a day they do about 2 hours job and then that's it. So like it's flexible.
2 hours is okay. But some people they want to do full time. Even if I come to hustle 5 hours. Because some of them need to pay their own fees. That's the thing. And you can't if you don't have any support from home, you cannot come to Sweden and work to pay your fees and also pay for your living expenses.
Don't really get that job.
It's crazy.
Because you need a language first.
You'll be stressed. That's the thing.
For most jobs, you need a language.
It's not advisable.
So it's advisable to find the money before you come.
And because the jobs is difficult to get a job, the jobs that you may be doing will be very hard ones, like
hard labor.
working late in the night, sharing papers. And imagine when it's very cold, like minus 16, and you have to wake up in the night and start sharing newspapers till the next day. And some of the students complain their fingers will be freezing. And early in the morning, you have to go to class. And the money that you get from that is peanuts. It's peanuts. It's not so much. It's not worth the time you are spending.
How can you even pay for your fees? It's literally impossible.
So it's people really struggle here. And those who survive are those who have some money for their fees already. Some people have scholarship for their fees, and they only need to do that just to pay their rents. So they're able to do some hours there and then support their rents. So for you to do both, to pay your fees and also pay for your living expenses, you are, I don't know. But those who do this are like magicians.
Magicians, that's what I see. They're really good.
Doing well.
They did well.
Okay,
at least if you have
let me
50%.
see. Let me see if somebody was to. Aspo, sorry, I'm not able to get you here. And this question from the space for the stamp in work certificate isn't enough. So
yes, I know. It's not enough.
Beneath
even if it goes under, it's fine.
It's fine.
Okay. Yeah, it's not enough. Yeah, they know it's not enough. It's a very small line, but just stamp.
So yeah, I think a lot of people have this question and they are confused. People want to be very careful. If this stamp doesn't go, I'm going to be rejected. So if you have this,
but you have to read. You see, that's the problem. It's on the website. Everything you need to know is there.
Everything is there. All the
Everything.
instructions.
Hey, we
You
don't
have
like
to-
reading, no.
Yeah,
We should
yeah,
change
yeah.
our habits.
You have to read.
All the
If you really want
instructions
it,
are
you have to
there.
read.
We don't like reading. We
That's
should
the
change our habits.
Oh.
Hey, we are getting fans, so.
Hmm.
Ahmed Usman. He said, you're all looking good.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank
thank
you.
you.
Thank you. Thank you. It's the weather is cold.
It takes away all the melanin. Sorry.
The weather is so cold, so your
Mhm.
skin is looking like
Hmm.
because it's cold. Like when the sun is burning your skin so
Yeah.
much, it makes you like
Mhm.
I don't know, but I think the weather is even if you are struggling here, your skin is going to
It's going to change.
yeah, they're just going to tell you
Yeah.
when people think that you're okay. So
The
Thank
thing is,
you,
they have to
Ahmed.
brace themselves. Like, know that the weather is cold. So when you come, you know it's
If you don't like
disappointed.
cold, then be prepared. But if you like cold, trust me, you'll be quite okay.
mm,
If you're already uncomfortable with the weather in Africa, the
Just wear the
temperatures are
right
too
clothes,
bad for
then.
you. Then you'll be fine. You just wear the right clothes to absorb the heat a bit, the cold a bit, and you're good to go. Really learning a lot.
yeah, he's learning a lot. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
giving us that
motivation. It's
yeah.
just one.
I want to know how many.
It's just one on the portal. Once again,
Yeah,
you
just
need to
one.
read.
Yeah, Nicolina.
One
Everything
for the
is
SI.
black and white
On the portal, just
on
one.
the portal.
Prepare it. When they open the portal, you upload it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Esther, if you make it to Sweden, you have to come and look for me.
Yeah.
Please, when should I start signing up for the house?
Right after you finish with the
Yeah.
submission.
Yeah.
6 months is good.
Six
Because after
months.
6 months, they'll kick you off the list.
Yeah.
So 6 months before, you would
Get your
start school.
permit, yeah.
Before
If
you
you
start
get your admission
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you know you get
letter,
it by August, start 6 months before August.
yeah, 6 months before August. So 6 months before August is when? Is it May?
Yeah, I think it's like in
May
Yeah,
somewhere.
May, yeah.
So from May, everyone here, if you plan to come, start applying, and when you get your admission letters and everything, they would like activate you on the queue.
the earlier the better.
Please, how is the job market like after master's degree program?
We don't know.
Oh,
We don't know.
Ida can
Yeah,
tell
and I can give you that.
yeah. There's a lady who has already gotten a job.
Okay.
She's from Nigeria. I'm getting her to come to the channel.
Wow.
She's doing shakara.
Wow.
She's from Nigeria. Keep her in prayer so she'll listen to me and come and tell you how it is. But she already got a job while she was doing her masters. She's very smart. She's very vocal on Facebook. Maybe you can take tips.
Yeah.
She's very vocal on all the social media. She's a good writer. So she joined the voluntary work here, just writing for free. And then the company boss also has connections. So someone wanted someone who would be doing content writing for them, and she just connected her.
Wow.
And she got a job. It's an English
Perfect.
job. She doesn't need the Swedish
That's
language.
what yeah.
So when you come, you have to be very connected because here is also whom you know. But it's not just whom you know, but it's what you can do.
Yeah.
So you have to get friends, be connected, show them what you do, tell them what you do, so that when there's a job open, they'll remember and say, "Oh, I know Sarah. She does this. I'll tell her about it." And that's all. And they also dwell on trust a lot. If they trust their friend and their friend brings somebody, you know that the friend has done their due diligence. You know, they don't. They are very individualistic community. So every time they are doing something, they make sure that they are doing the right thing. It's not like they know you, so they are going to. If they know you and you don't do what, they'll never recommend you. So because of that, when your friend recommend someone like a Swede, they will just give you the job. I know, I know someone in the north. He tried to apply to a job for so many months. He was not getting any call. Then he made a friend with someone who knew the company.
Mhm.
As soon as he gave a recommendation, he was called and given the job.
That's nice.
So here
Mhm.
you have to be connected,
Yeah.
and they have to
Connection
know you.
counts.
Yeah, you have to
She
know.
comes, yeah.
If you want to if you want to get a job in a company, right from the time you are in school, you should email them once in a while.
Mhm.
Tell them, be following them on social media, be following them once in a while. Send them an email. I saw you're working on this. I
Mhm.
think it's very nice. What do you think about this in future?
Mhm.
And then you can start selling yourself that I am also reading this and I'm
Mhm.
interested in so and so. So what do you think of my ideas?
Mhm.
Would you like us to have a Zoom 5 minutes call? I just want to tell you.
Wow.
Start putting yourself. They like that.
Yeah.
They start talking to you like 1, 2, 3 times. They
Mhm.
register you in their brain. It makes it easier for them to reach you
Yeah.
when they need you. That's how I got my job.
Nice.
And I think in school also you can get involved in a lot of English speaking positions. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I managed to get myself into Charm.
Mhm.
Yeah, the job fair.
The job
So
fair.
then you have like a first hand on information coming out from there. So things like that might also help. I don't know yet.
Yeah.
Maybe next year I'll tell you.
Yes. It's good to be also involved in the students'
Yeah.
union
Yeah.
and all the
Mhm.
programs they are having. Try and join them
Yeah.
because mostly they are connected to companies.
Yeah.
And they're all looking at how you are
Yeah.
contributing
They'll not make friends with you until you have something good to offer.
to offer.
Yeah, that's how sweet are.
Mm.
You can be in class, they'll never talk to you until you show that you can do something
Yeah.
good in their team. Then they take you much more serious. Like
They'll
they
start trying to rub
approach
shoulders with you.
Yeah.
You notice that you're there and somebody goes like, hi. That's how it starts. It starts with a
Yeah.
hey. And you realize, okay, I've been noticed. Something came up somewhere. I'm
Yeah.
being noticed, yeah.
Yeah.
And then, like, right now, I have a couple of people, when they meet me, they still think I can speak Swedish. They go like, Shana. And I go like, yeah.
Shana.
Jeez, man. Like, didn't you realize I don't speak Swedish?
Oh my god.
So, yeah, you keep trying.
Somebody saying that I just started a new position this month. Should I add it to?
Yeah.
Yeah, do.
Anything you can
Anything
find.
you can add that to
Yeah.
make your. I have 3 years experience in clinic and no work email. That was sent by some clinic to work in the enterprise, which has a work email. 1.5 years experience. Can I use both as 2 work certificates?
These kind of questions you discuss with your company. These are difficult for us to respond because they are the ones they will call.
Yeah.
It's not even too okay to write it out, but then yeah, it's good to just go to your company and negotiate. This is the situation you put me in. What can I do?
GLX. So that's your answer. Let your company know. Discuss with them. Which
That
country
you're
are
going
you
to
coming
use them,
from?
right?
Your name is
Yeah,
nice.
but this is like, okay, you worked 1.5 years with this company, and then you came from that company, so they have a link. You just go talk to this one that this is the situation, and I need this much experience. Since you have a link, can I just use it from here? It's
Well, you know, sometimes you don't want to let your company know that.
But they're the ones
you're
going to
working
sign.
on something like that.
They're the ones going to sign.
Yeah.
Unless you go to that company and they refuse to do it, then you go to the next company and then they will do it for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
And hi guys, thank you for the session. I'm applying from Nigeria and my school has forwarded my transcript through their site. I want to know if I can upload my degree certificate. If you're allowed.
For Nigerian,
Yeah, for Nigerians, I think they have a different.
I think it's only transcripts.
Yeah,
the degree
transcript.
certificate should come from you.
Yeah, I asked for your certificate. Everyone is allowed to upload. It's a transcript that they are normally worried about.
You can go on the portal, click on Nigeria,
so,
and read the requirements for Nigeria.
Olucha, you have to read your country specific. I've made videos on them. There are writings on the admissions system, the university admissions portal. So don't worry, read and then you'll be sure of what you're supposed to do. And Esther, my popular subscriber, to cope in Sweden with financial support from home. Is it possible? With support? Oh, if you have support from home, you are fine. So if you have support from home, you are fine.
Yeah. Because you need an initial proof of funds for 3 months, right? They don't take the whole year.
Yeah.
I think should I even say this? No,
they take the whole year.
They take the whole year.
Yeah, they take the year. because you apply like one
Okay, yeah, 1 year.
after the
Yes,
other.
yes, yes,
So
yes. But I
you
know some
take-
people ask for 3 months. Yeah.
it can be.
So it depends on what the
They would
migration
ask you,
agency
yeah.
wants from you.
So you, if you are fine, if you have financial support from home, you are fine. Then I've made videos and working like studying with kids. You have to apply for the school for the children before you come, and then give them address close to your school. You can give them your school address if you don't have an accommodation yet. Otherwise, when you come, you may have to be babysitting them until the time for them to go to school has come. Or you can bring them to me if you are if you are close. I'll stay home. I don't have time at all.
I can imagine.
But maybe if you come in August, oh my God, maybe August it will be maybe vacation, so I can help you. But then you can take the children to school, and you can take them as early as 6:30, and go and take them from 4 to 6.
Yeah.
But I don't think you want to leave your children from 6 to 6. So for me, I leave an opening from 7:30 to 4. That's when I pick the youngest one. The oldest one, even if I call him at 4, he's angry. He wants to stay in school more. So you can be free to study and do whatever you want to do within that time. And if you are studying, you don't have any salary, it's free. You don't pay anything. They give them breakfast, lunch, and something before you come and pick them. So if you have children, all you need to do is to get them in school. And you're fine. The rest you have to plan. There are more questions coming. Today we're not going to get up from here. We are getting hungry.
Is it possible? Okay, have you seen that?
Yeah, let's go to the next one. How early before resumption of classes can one be allowed to arrive? Oh, that one we cannot spell.
It depends on when you get your residence permit.
You can come a month before so that you can settle.
It depends on when you get your
down.
residence
Yeah,
permit.
it depends.
So it all depends on you.
If you get a resident permit.
And the process to getting
He's sharing
residence permit, we will have to talk about that one too.
Yeah, the process of getting
There's a
resident
lot
permit.
of hullabaloo about it.
Yeah, so it depends on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you get it, the very day you get it,
You can come.
you can come.
Yeah.
If you
Nothing stops you.
have your ticket, but everything, you can come.
Because that's what they require for you
Sometimes
at the
it can
airport.
be delayed. And
It can be delayed, yeah. And it all depends on you and how much
Funny as
effort
well.
and how early you apply.
Mm.
If you play with it, it will take 3 months. If you do it quickly, it will
Yeah.
come fast.
Cost estimates. Pre-adventure, one gets the pre-adventure. Okay,
To come over
To resume
and
studies,
something.
pre-adventure, one
pre-adventure.
they have not paid.
And they have not been paid.
Well, if you don't want to spend too much, don't come that early. Because you will not go. SI will tell you when they would give you the time period that you can collect your card. So ours was from the 15th of August, and they will caution you if you come before 15th of August, you will not give you the card. So then you should know. And when once you get the card, it will take like 3 days before they activate it. So you put all these costs. So 3 days of living at least. If you come on a Friday, know that Saturday, Sunday, all that is gone.
Yeah.
They don't joke with the weekends.
From my
Forget
experience, when we came, I wished we had come earlier so
Yeah.
that we settled
So you can
down,
settle.
know the system and everything. Because
But then he's asking about
Just,
how much money he needs.
yeah.
Also.
But if you-
So maybe but first you have to buy your own tickets.
Yeah.
You have to buy your tickets to stay here, and the money. There's some money for your living expenses.
Yeah.
So maybe let's give them an estimate in dollars.
In dollars. Okay. Tickets,
Your
I don't know.
tickets.
Tickets we don't
Maybe
know.
if you take your tickets, out, maybe for living expenses you will need per day. Per day is maybe $20 per day, 200 crowns.
Yeah.
Per day.
Yeah.
Per day
Yeah.
is $20. So
That's correct.
just check the number of days you'll be here before.
Buying food and all that.
Because then you will not be able to go to IKEA to get utensils and all that. You will just be
And then you also,
You don't
if
have
you
the money
can,
for it.
if you are coming, if you want to be able to cook your own food, get one saucepan, get one frying pan and one saucepan in your things, because the gas, I mean, when
Electric,
you can
it's there.
easily cook. You don't need to buy anything. There is your fridge, everything is set for you in your
But it depends. Some SGSs don't have it.
the stove.
Like on the show, they don't have the stove, they don't have the fridge.
But it's like it's in a common place, right?
No, they don't have any of that. It's just a room.
What?
Some accommodations don't have. Yeah.
I've never heard
I spoke to an Indian guy. He's in a loaf showed or something. I forgot his name. There was nothing there. He had to finish it himself. So when you are looking for that's why you have to apply for the accommodation early.
But don't worry, because I think on the majority,
you get
your stove, and your fridge.
If it's a shared kitchen, you definitely have those.
Somebody will leave this
behind. The shared kitchen is there.
Yeah, shared kitchen.
So I advise that you just get a small saucepan where maybe you can cook your rice, and then your small frying pan, or even the saucepan alone can do both. That you can cook some rice and some small stew whilst you are waiting. Otherwise, buying food outside is expensive.
And then you need to change that money into cash before you get there, and be cautious that not everyone will take your cash. But then you change it at the airport, because at that point you don't have a card. If you have a card, it's good.
If you have a card from your country, make sure you talk to your bank that you're coming to Sweden, so they can open it for you. Then you can buy everything here, and that will make your life easier. Yeah. Because
even to use the washroom, you need your card.
There's a place in the airports and also at the train station.
Not that.
Even if you want to go to the washroom,
you need to pay.
You have to use your card. And there was a time, oh my God, my son wanted to use and I didn't know that they wanted that card.
The top one, the NFC card.
If I tell you what I did, I have to say it off camera. You have to survive, man. Okay, did I miss this question? Let's say, hey guys, I'm from Ethiopia. Hello, from Ethiopia. Kubra. Applying for masters, but there's no motivational template. Are you sure?
There's none. It's on the portal.
Oh no, wait.
There's no template. It's on the portal.
You not see it
until the portal is open.
The SI scholarship, that motivational letter is on the portal.
So until it's open, you'll see it.
It's not part of the templates. That's the information we are getting from SI scholars. So if you don't have it, that's the reason.
Yeah, but you can write it in Word and keep it.
It's better to start now.
And can you give the example of civil society organization, because I'm suspicious if the local government is included.
Local government is not a civil. It's not really as a civil society.
But
should research on it.
But
it's a civil organization, but civil society. Everything.
But the only thing you have to be worried about here is when you are writing, what's your role there, your leadership role, and how it's contributing to sustainable development goals. That's what you should be worried about.
If your local government is doing things for society unpaid, then that becomes a volunteering experience. But if not, then it becomes a work experience. So work is paid, volunteers unpaid. So that's just what you should know.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Okay, you can do it today. Tomorrow the last day.
Okay, yeah. Esther, you can change. But if you meet the requirements, you have also a chance of getting.
Why do people focus on this
17%
rates and all that? It's not important. It's of no importance. Just write a good motivation letter and you are done. You don't need all this. I'm looking at the statistics. They don't care about your statistics. No. They are reading your letter. That's what is important. They read your letter.
Are you listening?
Make a decision on that.
Maybe it's also people are very desperate that they want to get accepted. So they are looking inside all the they're doing their permissions.
Because I remember there was a guy who was
not a lottery. Saying the same thing. Like, no, I don't believe in
people
that.
should apply in schools.
Okay, so what happens? Let's look at it this way. Let's look at it this way. If somebody is telling you all this, or you're looking at all that, and everyone is looking at the same statistics, then you are all going to apply for the same school. You are creating a huge competition in that school.
I like the way you put it.
What's the point? There's no point.
Choose what you want to
choose what you want.
Be confident about it.
If you end up in the north, you'll be miserable. Choose what you want.
Yeah, very cool.
Choose where you want.
Chalmers is very competitive, like, and imagine.
Yeah, but he got
through,
in.
Yeah.
And I'm there.
I also applied
she's
for Chalmers,
there.
but I didn't get it. I applied for 2. One Chalmers,
But
one.
you got
I
Gothenburg, which
got
is also
my-
very
yeah.
a very big
Honestly.
university.
So yeah, don't look at the statistics. No, I mean, just
Do
go-
your
go
due
for what you want.
diligence. This is it the same here? Okay.
I want to.
Did I answer this one? Okay, let's answer this first. I want to be clear. Is my degree obtained in English language enough to?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
No. Yes. It's.
I mean, you didn't hear the question. If it's obtained in English, it's enough.
Yeah.
But then you need to check the countries that
you're
have
coming
been
from.
granted that.
Nigeria is okay.
Nigeria
Ghana
is
is
okay.
fine. Kenya.
Yes, not Ethiopia.
Ethiopia. I think Ethiopia. I'm not sure.
No.
But let's check. You have to go and check.
Just go and check.
Yeah.
There's a comment for each country.
And I think
The official language
Olu.
has to be.
Olu. I think this is Nigeria. Well, I'm not sure. The color, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Which country are you from? Okay, it's from Nigeria. Okay, it's Nigeria.
Yeah, from Nigeria.
Nigeria, oh yes.
Sorry.
Oh yes,
Nigeria,
Nigeria
yeah,
is fine.
yeah.
Kubra, sorry for the wrong reply. There is no template for motivation. The motivation would be required of you in the application.
No, it's on the portal.
Which one is this? Is this for a SI or is for the universities? Which one are you talking about?
I just
Mostly-
hope they all focus on SI because we're talking about only SI.
Yeah, okay. Hi, it's calling from Nigeria. Please, any tips on writing motivational letter for school scholarship?
Okay, so this is
Yeah.
university admission.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
there's a
thought
tip. There's a tip. Yes, there is. It's very easy. Go and do research about Sweden.
Yeah.
Go and do research about Umeå. And
What you want to
do
do?
research about your faculty. If possible, do research about your program director.
Yeah.
Look at his interest. Watch his webinar. What are his key focus areas? What is his interest in the program? And that is where you get your answers.
Yeah.
He will tell you everything he's looking out for. I'm looking for people who do this. Everything you want to know,
Yeah.
the program director will say it in his webinar. Even if he doesn't say in the webinar, he's written it there.
Yeah. What's his name? I tell you, why so many question marks? Okay. Please like the video and share it. I think we are almost done with this question. Let me go to the private ones. Yeah. We're almost done, but yeah. Can I use the volunteer arm of a federal government agency as my volunteer experience? The federal government agency is not an NGO.
He's answered himself.
I may not be.
Yeah.
Hello.
So please, you have answered yourself. In Kiru, you've answered yourself. I do entrepreneurship training and employment for teenagers every long holiday. How do I prove it for my form? You do it
Okay.
yourself.
So I guess your friend
Yeah.
says like there's not a body,
Organization, yeah.
so you
Morris.
cannot use
This is
it.
for
Something that
Morris.
she did.
so you can't use it.
Is it registered or
Because you
something?
see, the thing is, what I realize is
Mm.
they see things differently when they sit in their country. Over here, you can't do these things without registering it.
Yeah.
So they don't see how you can be doing it without registering it as a company that is being
She was working
monitored
under
and
it.
getting tax exemptions
Yeah.
and all these things. So that's why I said it's good to
Is
research
it registered?
Mm.
some people and understand how they
If so,
live.
then fine.
Then you will know what to do.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
answer your questions easily.
Or if she was doing it under your body, then she can reference it.
Yeah.
Provided you can prove all that stuff.
Yeah.
then it's fine.
Oh, Aspal, sorry you couldn't join. Please, my question is, my civil society organization isn't popular.
It's fine.
If people from the community who have come together with, well, we have stamp.
Perfect.
Ah,
It's good.
yeah, it's
Then it's
registered
fine.
organization. The name is Concerned Citizens of Achim
Cool. Was-
Akukwase. Please advise, since
It isn't popular.
it isn't popular, looking at low competition.
No, it doesn't matter. They don't,
That's
really, they
not
don't know
what
anything
counts.
about
Wow.
that. They don't
get
know
I'm
anything
so
to
worried.
details. So
create,
don't worry.
create a Facebook group for it or
Yeah.
something, so that they can, if they Google, they'll see
Yeah.
something.
Mhm.
Create a Facebook group and something. Yeah.
It's fine. It's totally fine.
And for the other
And-
girl,
or
she has
Instagram.
pictures to show. She can create a group.
Mm.
Like
Create a group.
training,
Create an
yeah.
Instagram group. and then you can be fine.
Put the
Please.
pictures there, tag yourself.
It's a stamp.
Put the pictures there, tag yourself. That is you in the picture.
Yeah. Please, my question is: a civil organization isn't okay? You've answered this. You've asked the same question.
Maybe it wasn't being answered. So
Yeah.
It's too dry.
Oh,
it's too dry.
but here to the sickness, so
Yeah, you can get
there's
cold.
no.
Africa weather is not
During
dry, it's
the
moist.
Christmas time, we were all sick. The cold and cough. We were all sick.
Yeah, you wake up every day with a dry
Dry
throat.
Scholarships. Thank you so much. If you have the SI scholarship and they have not paid any allowance, we have already answered that question. Thank you so much for the. What's the minimum cost? We've already answered that question. Okay, they asked here. They came to ask the federal government.
Scholarship.
Yeah.
No, you can't get that. I've seen that question.
University scholarship and
And
SI at
SI.
the same time. No,
See, the thing is, the beautiful part is SI and your university,
they work
they
together.
work together.
Atali says he wanted our attention. That's why he puts plenty questions, and now you put plenty comma, plenty brackets.
So they work together. So then you would realize that you cannot get both. It's not possible, and they'll let you know. Your university will tell you, "Congratulations on your SI scholarship. Your whatever slot is available is not being given to you." So you be aware that they are working together through that system. You'd see it. You can tell. Sometimes a day before they release the SI scholarship, they release a university scholarship.
Yeah.
Or a day after they release the SI, they release a university scholarship. So they are waiting to see who got here, who got there, and they tally it, and then it all comes out at the same time.
The UMIA scholarship is in two parts: one for university and the other for public year. And the motivation letter is for both. That is, why would your application be considered for a scholarship?
That is why
the question is, why would your application be considered for a scholarship?
as long as you have a letter of reference, a letter of motivation, you're being considered for scholarship in your school. And then you need to apply also. But as long as you add these motivation, reference, and once they open the portal or whatever it is, and you apply, that's it. You get on the list of scholarships in your school also.
So this is that the UMIA scholarship is in two parts. One is for university and the other is for public year. I don't understand what the public year means.
I don't think there's anything like that.
And the motivation letter is
Or
for
he
both.
means that one is for. You have to be much more clear because I've not heard of anything like that.
And then why would your application be considered for a scholarship? Is that the question for? Is that the motivation letter like question that you are supposed to answer? This question is not clear. I tell you, you got our attention, but your question is not clear. If you are from Ghana and with a degree, what should you upload as a proof of proficiency?
You don't need it.
What's it? Hey, Lorena, it means you have not been reading or even watching my videos. Please go and read.
She's thinking of UK.
Like
UK,
my
Sweden.
videos, subscribe and share. Then you get the answers automatically to just land into your head.
That's easy. If you don't want to read, you can listen.
Yeah.
It's
true. Please, guys, do more research. I mean, that's the only
those who don't like reading, watch the videos. You know, some people can watch the video, they won't watch the full. They'll come and ask me questions that I've already answered. It's not nice. We are very busy. If I tell you the amount of work that I have, in 2 weeks I have to write a paper for a conference. I have teaching. I'll be teaching bachelor students this term.
Wow.
And then I'm already preparing for the course lectures. I'm teaching with a professor. We are only two teaching 150 students.
Wow.
And then I have master's thesis I'm supervising. So, and then I have children. And then we take time on the side to also talk and also talk to people so that we can share the information we have to motivate you to also come. And I put a video. They won't watch the video. When they watch, they won't like. They won't comment for me to know whether I'm doing nonsense or they won't share. No, but when you want to do something voluntarily, like you have some energy to keep going, even if you don't receive any
feedback.
But this one is for your own good, for you to get your scholarship. Don't joke with it. Please read. I realized that all the people who got the scholarship, apart from those who gave it to some agency to do everything for them, everyone who did it on their own, they read a lot. They did, and even the people that giving them services, I make sure that they are involved. You write, and then I give you corrections so that you yourself, you feel like you are part of it. You write what you have done, and if some people they have the content, but how to position it is the problem. Some people they have the experience, how to write it is the problem. So that's what we will tell you. And we like to write tax-oriented things. I did this. I did that. I wrote this. No. What did you? How did it help? How did it change lives? How did it add numbers? How did it increase revenue? How did it bring change?
Yes.
Add something.
You have to show your
concrete.
research person.
Add something concrete to. Instead of just everybody can do that. And people like putting buzzwords. I am
sequential.
I am a motivated person, but you've not written anything that shows that you've done that. Shows that you are very motivational. Based on the result-oriented things you have written, they will know that this guy is very motivated. This guy is passionate. Don't just say I'm passionate. And so what?
Yeah, and try not to lie about it.
Yeah.
Be very as much truthful as possible.
Yeah.
Because that becomes easy to write. When you start to lie about it, you make mistakes.
Yeah.
This one doesn't tell you with that one. That's
sorry, Lorena, we are picking on it's not you. It's not you. We are just it's for everybody, not only you. Okay, motivational letter question. Okay, then please answer it. Answer it. So, as we have said, you have to read about what they are looking for and motivate why you are the right person to do that. How you are going to contribute in that aspect. They said why. They're asking you, why should we consider you? It's a big question. You have to answer. There are 100, 200 people applying. Why should we consider you?
Yeah.
You show your skills, what you want to do, what you want to do in future, how you want to change lives. Bam, pam, 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 pam. And they'll be like, whoa, this guy is serious.
Dream big.
Let's give
Dream
it to
big.
them. Give it to them.
Dream big, but don't lie. Make it realistic. I mean, I don't know how to put it. When I tell someone, they get confused. Dream big, but be realistic. It should be something you've researched into. You understand
achievable.
What you can do, how you can do it. But you dream big about it and look for great ideas.
Yeah. Great ideas. Well, some things you cannot say that you want to move all the sea from Sweden to Ghana.
Not realistic.
You can't do that.
Yeah.
Or you can't say that you're going to feed everybody in this world. You're going to stop world hunger.
Be statistics oriented. That you intend on reducing hunger by 20%, doing this or this or that. More of a research person and how you can do it with that 20%. What you are contributing to that 20%. This is 20% of it. The rest I can try.
Yeah.
It's not just I'm an awesome person. I don't lie. I'm sweet.
Everybody loves me.
Everybody loves me. When I get into a room, I show a radiance of sun. Come on. Come
That's
on.
bars. I have to put this in my music. This is so insightful.
We can see between the lines.
I chose 4 different schools in writing my motivational letter for university admission. Do I need to individually highlight my motivation for applying to different schools?
This question, you need to write 4 letters. As simple as that. The more hard work you show, the closer your chances of getting to your success. Think of it. If you are the one who's given a scholarship and someone wrote 2 and someone wrote 1, who would you give it to? First of all, you shortlist those who didn't put in much more effort. Then you look at the quality. So you are making it easy for them to kick you out.
Yeah.
That's what I see. You're making it too easy. Okay, this guy didn't put my effort. Just push it aside.
It's a lot of work, but you have to put
There's
yourself.
Hey, we have to be ending soon. No? After these questions, we'll not answer again.
Okay.
love, love. Let love lead say face green smiling. Hey, what does it mean? It means your face has become green and you are smiling. Okay. My question is selecting 4 programs of should be from one domain like marketing from 4 different universities. Can we choose managing from one and marketing from? If you meet the requirements,
Yes, you need to write to the university. If you're not sure, write to the university. Show them your transcript and ask them, is this enough for your program? I did that.
Yeah. Yes, guys, everyone here, you can easily write to the school.
Yeah.
Every program you are selecting, there is a course rep on the website, and they are very responsive by email. Unless they're on vacation, you can send them an email and ask them questions regarding your application, anything that you are confused about, they will answer you. Don't be worried. Don't ask anybody at all about something that is so specific. Whatever answer will give you may not be what they are looking for. We might say something and it might be wrong. So we are answering general questions and things from our experience. We are not experts here. So try as much as possible to ask them questions. It's not going to go against you.
No. Not at all.
We've been scared so much from our previous experience.
It's very hard.
I wrote to university admissions.
Please listen.
I wrote to SI. I wrote to migration board. I wrote to everyone. I wrote to my school when I needed accommodation because you have to be proactive about that. Everybody was saying we've gotten accommodation. I wrote to them and said, "Where's mine?" And then I got mine. Then when I came to asking, "How did you get it?" I said, "I wasn't getting it," and I asked them.
You wrote them. Yeah.
You don't just sit down and ask.
So it was like you came and the school already provided accommodation. So please write to them. Don't be afraid. So go ahead, okay? And don't be scared from your experience. Is it necessary for your referees to mention your educational background in your reference letters? Is it important? That's not what you're looking for.
That's not what they're looking for. Be more specific.
Yeah. You just have to prove how they know you. Yeah, they have to write that in the letter, how they know you.
Yeah.
And then what you contribute.
The government's
protocol has a volunteer. Is it?
You didn't finish the question.
Is it free?
I missed the.
They are being paid.
Getting a job in Sweden. You missed the getting a job in Sweden. Oh, go back. It will be on the.
She has a video
on the YouTube. It's already live, so it will be to be recorded. Then you go back and read it. So we are at the end of our video. Oh my God, it's 2 hours.
2 hours already. Wow.
If you put some money to this, how much should we be paid? And this is a Saturday. Saturday,
200 kroner.
And it's each. Okay, this watch is a bit ahead, like 7:15. So I've made some soup and some vegetarian food here we eat.
I trust you.
We are all fancy. We like cooking chickens. I've made some food, so we'll see to support our hunger. Please, if I don't go and see likes and comments on my videos, go back and check all the videos.
At least 19 of them.
Subscribe and share to motivate me. Otherwise,
they'll still come back for him.
Let me stop.
Okay.
It's because we are fancies. That's why we are cracking jokes.
Yes.
It's part of it's in our blood. Please wait. Let's start looking for paid. Yeah, of course. The volunteer is okay, but
paid, I don't know.
For the work experience, it should be paid.
Work experience should be paid, but volunteer, no.
Please don't lie, don't lie. Write the truth, they'll catch you. They have a lie detector inside the phones. I went to the university, but some people they can lie well. You can catch them.
It's true. And they said we can't evaluate beforehand. Which university? I don't think
University
anybody.
will attach
Or
you.
maybe what's the
But how
worst
can
person?
you write to a university and attach your transcript when
Mhm.
there's a system
Mhm.
you're supposed to pass it through?
Mhm.
Imam, how is that possible? There's a admission portal that you're supposed to.
Yeah.
But not to ask them to
University
evaluate.
can
You should
do
ask them
that for you.
specific questions. Like,
Mm,
I want to offer this program
Mhm.
and that, and I have these electives. Are
mm.
they a requirement? Because you notice on the portal that you need this
Okay, I
this
get it.
requirement.
Yeah.
So you should have to be more specific. But then you think this program and that program are similar. You don't just attach and say evaluate.
Maybe he wants to
Yeah.
use his what's it called? GPA.
No,
or
but you should be
something.
more analytic.
Yeah. So
with the
say
way
you
you
want
write
to
it.
say that is your GPA.
Yeah.
Mhm,
Is it qualified something?
mhm.
If you say that they should evaluate, they'll also misunderstand it as
Yeah.
it's part of the admission process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a time for it.
And the body that
They don't need to spend time to do that. So if you want to maybe check if these number of courses are okay,
Mhm.
this type, just be specific, mark it on the
Mhm.
transcript. This is what exactly you want them to check.
Yeah. And you will not get a yes or no answer. So bear that in mind.
They never
You
do.
will not get a yes or no answer.
If they say yes or no, you hold them responsible.
Yeah.
Yes.
You will get a reasoning answer
Uh-huh.
that
For
you have to
make your
think
own
it through and make
decision.
your own
They'll
decision.
just motivate you.
Yeah, it's a thinking place.
You have to use your head.
Sweden is a thinking place. Even exams, they will not give you yes and no questions.
No.
You have to explain, motivate,
Mhm.
and they'll give you a scenario.
Mhm.
Then you have to think in
Mhm.
a real situation.
Most of the time,
What will
you're
happen?
considered as a consultant.
Yeah.
As a consultant on site, this is the problem. How do you solve it?
Yeah.
Then you have to
The thing
apply.
is, whatever they're asking you to do now is very necessary. So you have to put yourself through that process. Because when you come, it's the same thing you're going to go through.
Mhm.
So even if you're working and you're taking time
Same
off
thing
to write all these things,
Even worse,
yeah.
because then they're adding more in a
Oh,
period.
in Kiru, let me see.
There's
In
a lot
Kiru,
of
do you
them.
want to join and say something? In Kiru,
No.
let's share your voice. Then we end. Oh, in Kiru gave us some
Thank
sounds.
you. This is doing well.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you,
Okay.
Zawa. Zawa. Oh, in Kiru, where are you hiding? In we can't hear you. Oh, okay, no worries. We can't hear.
Thank you. I'll see you in Sweden. Yeah, sure. I'll see you.
Yeah, I like that. I remember when I was watching
That's
you
how you
last
talk.
year. I imagined myself sitting here talking.
Because you know, because you know what we did. As soon as we finished with the submission, we started packing. So then, that's how you move.
like the
you don't
faith
move
works.
like you don't know what you've done. You
Yeah.
should know what you've done and how to move towards it.
Yeah.
See y'all in Sweden.
Yeah.
See y'all.
Yeah.
See y'all in Sweden.
Like,
Okay, so now we ending. So if you like it, subscribe, share, and we did it all out of love. So bye from
Bye.
Sarah and
Hey,
Lily.
mommy. Hey, mommy.
See you.
Hey.
hey.